Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Competitive Guide video. So today we are covering Haxorus. Haxorus getting access to a new move in the Isle of Armor update. So if you would like to check out the previous video that I did prior to the Isle of Armor update, I would recommend you go and check out the card that is in the corner at the end of the video. Whilst I'm also doing a bit of plugging, if you could go down and like the video and also subscribe to the channel, that would be hugely, I'd be hugely grateful for it. Essentially, it would really help build up my community. It helps build up the people seeing my videos, and also it will help you because it will show you all the competitive guide videos that I produce on a daily basis. But moving back to Haxorus, we have 3 sets today. The second set is something that is a bit out there, and I was just trying to use the new move to advantage, but we will talk about that in just a second. So, Haxorus. First set I've gone for leftovers on here with Dragon Dance. Now, you could go Life Orb if you want to, it's entirely up to you. But we've got Dragon Dance allowing for you to increase up your speed and your attack by 1 stage every time you use it. Now, Dragon Dance, obviously a very, very good move, allowing for you to really boost yourself up. I've put Rivalry on here as the ability. It's to do with the genders. Honestly, it's very unlikely you're ever going to really use Rivalry. I just thought I'd leave it there and just show you Rivalry is actually a thing, but Mold Breaker is probably the ability I would most likely to go for with Haxorus. You can also go for Unnerve sometimes, like if you're predicting any kind of berries, then Unnerve could be a thing, but realistically Mold Breaker is going to be the one you go for 9 times out of 10. Move-wise, attacking we've got on here is Close Combat, Powerful Fighter type attack, hits a variety of Pokemon, including things like Steel types, which can be a bit of a problem for Dragon types, and also we've got Crunch, which again, powerful Dark type attack, hits a variety of Pokemon. Now you don't have to go for Close Combat, Crunch and Dragon Claw. The 3 of those mean that you don't have really anything for Fairy types, so it's up to you to mix and match this set. You can have things like Poison Jab. I think you get access to Iron Head as well, so there's some things that you can go for that are slightly different here, just based on what your team is already looking like and what you need coverage for. And then finally, yeah, Dragon Claw, powerful stab, Dragon type attack. Could go for Outrage if you want to go for like a Lumberry, that's always a possibility, but I think Dragon Claw to me is always better than Outrage, because Outrage does get you stuck into that move for a couple of turns, especially when Fairy types can come out and just take those, because obviously they are immune to it. EVs, there's one way of doing this, but with 2 different natures. So you can go max attack and max speed with an adamant nature, some more attack, less special attack, and 4 EVs and special defense. Or you could go for a jolly nature, depending on what your speed tiers are already looking like. It's up to you what you decide to go for. Obviously, Haxorus has an absolutely huge attack stat, and boosting that even more, it means it's going to do a lot of damage to a lot of different Pokemon. Going on to our second set now. This again can be run in a couple of different ways, but what I thought is that we would go for a Life Orb on here. This one might work better with leftovers, but it's always an option. You've got Mold Breaker, which avoids any abilities, so it can work quite nicely. And then we've got Scale Shot. Now Scale Shot decreases your defense by 1 stage, but also increases your speed by 1 stage and actually does damage to the opposing Pokemon, so that can work quite nicely. And then you could go for 3 attacking moves, like Close Combat, Poison Jab, Dragon Claw or Outrage, for example. Those are definitely options that you can run. Or you could go for a Swords Dance in order to double your attack stat from 393 to basically 800 attack, meaning you're doing a lot of damage to different Pokemon. Now, you're probably thinking, why not just do 2 Dragon Dances? Because that will get you the increase in your speed and your attack, and it will actually get you an extra boost in your speed. And the answer is, you can definitely go for that instead. This set is a little bit more difficult, as I said, to kind of wrap your head around as to why Dragon Dance isn't being used, but I thought that the Scale Shot could work, because you do get a little bit of damage with Scale Shot as well. So that's why I'm trying to kind of put Scale Shot into a set, and you can always go for that, just raising the speed rather than raising the attack as well. Other moves I've gone for Close Combat and Poison Jab. Poison Jab obviously being super effective against Fairy types, Close Combat being super effective against Ice types and Steel types, for example. EV's gone for max attack and max speed with a jolly nature, so more speed, less special attack, and 4 EVs and special defense. Obviously, you can go for adamant if you want to, it's entirely up to you. Now, finally, we have the Dynamax set. This set can work quite nicely. It's got 4 moves which are really effective to raise up your stats, and if you're in doubles, it can raise up yours and your ally stats, which can work very nicely. I've put Choice Band on here. You don't have to go for Choice Band. You can go for Life Orb, you can go for Leftovers, Red Card, any assortment of berries, weakness policy. There's so many different things that you can go for on this items if you want, that you don't have to go for the Choice Band. If you didn't know, the Choice Band when your Dynamax is not activated, so you can go for whatever move you want, but when you're out of Dynamax, that is when you do get locked in. Move-wise, Close Combat turns into Max Knuckle, increasing up your attack stat by 1 stage. Obviously, you can choose that up to 3 times. Earthquake turns to Max Quake, increasing up your special defense stat by 1. Iron Tail, which increases up your defense stat by 1 using Max Steel Spike, and then Aerial Ace, which increases up your speed stat by 1 using Max Airstream. So you're raising up all 4 of your essentially stats that can be raised up that you're going to use. Now you could always replace one of them with a dragon type move if you wanted to. That's entirely up to you. Obviously, to have that stab opportunity to have dragons and lower the attack of the opposing Pokemon, but that is up to you whether you decide to go for that. I just thought these 4 moves work quite nicely in a synergist way. EVs, I've got Max Attack and Max Speed with a Jolly Nature, so more speed, less special attack, and 4 EVs and special defense. Adamant can be a thing as well. You possibly could even go Max HP, Max Attack if you really wanted to. Let's say you're not worried about the speed, you could go Max HP, Max Attack. Anyways, that is all for today. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you soon.